Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We will be starting at 9:05. Until then, get your popcorn ready and get ready. It's the Fitties. All right, start, Jay. I'm going to send you guys the links. Where's the fucking link? There we go. I sent you guys the link. I'm going to post it. FHS.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, a lot of people in here. I think we should have some like waiting room music or something in the future. We need to find some royalty-free beats or something.
That's right, man. That's right. What?
Cut is on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what time it is in Australia.
Must be on our lunch break.
What is it, like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Glad to have her.
Tut, motherfucker.
Yeah, Leon's wearing his tuxedo, but he's wearing a pair of shorts.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments.
You guys don't want to see what's happening
As dressed up as I get.
on the lower parts.
Oh, it's midday over in Australia. Got some folks tuning in from all across the world. Pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do another minute or so, and we can get this party started.
.204. Where's 204? Is that on the West Coast?
What's up, Mike Q? What's going on?
Oh, Manitoba. Okay. Yeah, Bay Area in the house.
Oh, we got Hoon. The Hoon Express is tuned in. I haven't seen Lee yet, though. Where's Lee?
Thanks, Hoon.
I don't know if he looks like Usher. I've seen Usher in person. Usher's like tiny. What's up, Big John? Welcome.
Big John.
All right. You ready to get started there, Jason, or what?
Go on.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. Welcome to the red carpet. It is the first annual Cap Award extravaganza, the Fitties. Pierre and Jason, my co-hosts as always. How you doing, guys?
I'm doing fantastic.
I'm
Fantastic.
great, man. I'm so excited for tonight.
Jason,
I
you
know.
look so thrilled, Jason.
Well, Jason Me's tired because he's been pushing around a snowblower for 2 days.
Yeah. He's also been burning the midnight oil while me and Pierre have been filming and getting all the camera time. He's been putting in the hours with this beautiful presentation. So
Yeah, you know, Leon and I are the two attention whores, and Jason's in the background creating keynotes.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think this is going to be outstanding. So we put a lot of time and effort into kind of thinking through these things, right? So there's a lot of different categories that we're going to go through. There'll be some discussion. We'd love to hear people's thoughts in the comments. But just some things to kind of remember, some context. You know, we these awards were selected as of like, you know, it was late November when we finalized all this stuff. So anything that occurred in the month of December up until, you know, in the month of December really isn't a part of this. So, you know, you may see some things that are like, oh God, I don't know why this wasn't selected or that wasn't selected. Anything that happened in the month of December will be eligible for next year because we're going to do this every year. You know, Leon and I were attention whores, and Jason likes putting together keynotes and presentations. So we plan on doing this every year for the rest of our lives. But this is the first annual Fitties, right? And shout out to Jim's Brims for putting together that name for us, because I think that's probably the catchiest award show name I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm. Hella original.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this is gonna be fun. So we want a lot of participation in the comments. We did this live. We were going to record it, but we decided to do it live because we want more in the moment participation. But but there's going to be a lot in this. So we've got this thing jam packed. So do you guys have anything to say before we get started here or what?
No.
Nothing.
You know, the biggest question at every award show, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
What are you wearing? So since this is a hat award show, let's just go through. Pierre, what hat are you wearing?
I am wearing the Velvet collection Brooklyn Robbins cap from My Fitteds. Only because I wanted to go with my velvet coat, my velvet sport coat here. So it's very, very rare that I wear anything with buttons. But this is a 2-button sport coat.
Yeah.
Very nice. And Leon?
I got my the whitest hat I could find. It's a Lids exclusive white blank New Era cap. But we do got the custom suit on, so you know, shout out to my boy Ricardo.
He's got his Pornhub t-shirt on.
Yeah, members only. And then we got the custom liner. So shout out to Ricardo for keeping me fresh to death. If you're looking for custom suits at an affordable price, you know, check them out. I'll post them in the comments.
Awesome.
Nice.
I'm going with a Hat Heaven Kansas City Royals Chiefs custom, and my Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah, getting ready to break dance.
A long show, so I wanted to be super comfortable. So
you look like Jason Sudeikis from What's Up With That? You know, have you guys seen that Saturday Night Live?
No.
Well, we'll Google it another time, maybe on Views After Dark or something. But yeah.
Well, right. I think it's time to get started.
Let's get going. Let's see who took home some hardware.
Let's see. There's an awful lot of hardware to give out too. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each category. We're going to show the nominees in the cases that had nominees. But remember, this wasn't Leon, Pierre, and Jason just throwing together the winners. There was some polling done. There were some conversations with folks that own hat stores, collectors. There's a lot of conversations that occurred around these to finalize who won in each category. So again, nothing in the month of December. So the year for us is going to run, from December through November, each year that we do these awards. So, I also want to give a shout out to Adam, Adam, who put together this beautiful kind of trophy, and a lot of the design stuff you see here was Adam. So we want to make sure we give him a huge shout out. And I also want to give a huge thank you to Jason Mead for putting all this together. So thank you, Jason. So let's get started. Without further ado, let's get started here, guys.
All right. What's the first category? The low point.
The low point. So the low point, basically, it's just what it sounds like. The low point of the year. Which one was the lowest point of the year in terms of the hat world? So the first nominee, New Era and its execution of the 100th anniversary collection. That's the first nominee. The second nominee, the emergence of copycats. I think we all know what that is. If you've been paying attention to our show, this is where hat companies are shamelessly taking other hat companies' designs and throwing them out there, sometimes as their own, sometimes as an exclusive of theirs when it's really not. The next nominee is COVID and its impact on New Era. I think you all know what those empty shelves signify. It signified a lack of hats, satisfying our need for hats. It didn't exist for a while. The next nominee is the rise of the reseller. My God, I don't think I've seen more hats reselling in my entire life. So that is the fourth nominee for low point of the year. And finally, the MILB hiatus. Obviously this was something that we kind of felt across the country. And it probably kind of quelled some people's needs around some minor league hats, kind of like slowed things down. Mm-hmm. So those are the nominees. Before we go and kind of select the winner and reveal that, I'd love to hear, Leon, your take on the low points.
Well, first off, I didn't think you would need to use my neck in the rise of the resellers right there. But for me, the biggest headache definitely was COVID impacts in New Era. Number one, with the factory shutting down for like 2 months, what felt like, and then New Era furloughs and not being able to submit new designs. I think for me, that's got to be the low point. I don't know if it really resonated with the rest of the academy and how they selected the winner for this one, but definitely COVID.
Jason,
for me, take the MILB hiatus. I'm a huge minor league baseball hat fan. Missed out on a lot of promo night hats, a lot of special event hats, and then add on top of that the retraction in minor league baseball. We're going to be missing out on a lot of teams' hats. So that's definitely my personal favorite, but I know it probably doesn't resonate completely with the rest of the hat.
Yeah, mine is my personal favorite in this list is the rise of the reseller. I think we've talked all year about hat culture getting closer to sneaker culture, and not wanting that to happen. And I'm not saying it's there. I'm not saying it's going there, but certainly the reseller activity created a little bit of an icky feel throughout the hat community. I think one that wasn't there prior to this year. So let's reveal the winner.
Oh, my neck.
Rise of the reseller.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to something more positive. Right. So goodbye, resellers. Now let's move into the most pivotal moment of the year. So hopefully this is something. What's that?
Hopefully we can say goodbye to resellers, but I don't think
if it was that easy, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's at least positive thinking, right?
Yeah.
Positive thinking. So let's move into pivotal moment. So pivotal moment basically is there's a series of moments that we selected that really turned 2020 into a more positive year than it otherwise would have been had this moment not occur. So there are several really, really powerful nominees here. So let's take a look at what they are. Pre-orders to the rescue. I love what Jason Mead did here. Keep calm and pre-order. Pre-orders to the rescue. We all know that that's become sort of a safety net for folks when they can't cop the hat on the first go round. These pre-orders are always there to save the day. And that's something that was pretty new this year.
Mm-hmm.
The next nominee, Clink Room 2.0. So we all loved Clink Room back in its original iteration, but Clink 2.0 coming back into the fold really changed the dynamic of custom caps and non-licensed stuff. The next nominee, New Era, adapting to COVID. So like any big company who's going to succeed, you have to adapt in weird times. And New Era adapting to COVID and figuring out how they were going to move their business forward through that weird space was another pivotal moment.
For sure.
The next nominee is Hat Club NoHo product going online. So the days of waiting in line at NoHo went away, and they transferred to waiting in a queue, a virtual queue on websites, fighting over product that was allocated for a small store but made available to the greater public. Those are our 4 nominees for pivotal moment. Pretty good list of pivotal moments there. I think we kind of nailed the 4 biggest ones, but I'd love to hear, Jason, your take first. And what's your take on the pivotal moment of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I got really 2. Pre-orders helped kill what happened in that previous category. With the pre-orders, you don't need to go out and get it for resale value. You do have to wait a little bit longer, but at least you're just paying retail. And then for me, the Hat Club NoHo product going online, we really saw the explosion of especially like the pinkies and the ices. And if COVID hadn't happened, I don't know if that stuff would have really made it out of New York too much. So to me, those are the 2 big ones. Thanks,
Jason. Leon, what's your take?
I think a lot of these, they all kind of like relate to each other, both the Clink Room stuff and the NoHo product hitting online. While it did hit online, it did eventually hit a pre-order as well. So I kind of feel like, any one of these ones can run away with this award. So it all depends on which way the Academy leaned. But this one's a tough one. But definitely the thing that really changed the game and rocked the world was Clink Room coming back and Hat Club moving their stuff from an in-store only product to available online to the .com.
Yeah. Well, sticking to the theme of 2, because you guys both selected 2, I'm going to go with 2 as well. And I'll start with pre-orders to the rescue. So I think the whole landscape of buying hats changed when pre-orders became a really go-to way for retailers to sell hats. We all know that they're watching their bottom line. They don't want hats going clearance. So this is something that's huge because it also allows for them to do something risk-free. There's not going to be any clearance. There's not going to be any markdown dollars. You can kind of plan the workload. And the second one for me is Hat Club NoHo product going online. I think it introduced the greater world, to different products, unique products that otherwise may have been kind of a niche type thing only in the NoHo area, and really became something that really impacted the entire country and in some cases the world. So those are my 2. So the winner is NoHo product going online. So we asked quite a few people around this. This was pretty close, I would have to say. I think NoHo was number 1 clearly, but I do think it was closer than people anticipated with Clink Room 2.0 and the pre-order culture.
Yeah, completely agree.
They must have the slowest contractors too, by the way.
I know, man. When's that store going to open? So the worst trend of the year. This is one that probably is going to get Leon, myself, and Jason a little fired up. So let's talk about the worst trend of the year. So listen, I want to prepare everybody. If you watch Views from the Vault and you watch our Saturday weekend caps episodes, you'll know you'll probably guess some of these. So let's get started with the nominees here. And this is not something you really want to win, but we might as well get into this. So what do we got? No brims. No brims.
Jeez.
I don't think we have to talk about that too much. Team Describe. I mean, Team Describe, it just keeps rearing its ugly head. Never stops, right? Yep. Team Describe. The next one, post-production. So at first, I didn't believe Leon around some of the post-production things he was spotting coming out of 4U Caps, for example. But after seeing the Nakahoma with a peach
eating the
next
peach,
to his mouth, I knew that there was something awry.
Yeah.
So post-production.
Yeah.
And the last one, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, not all post-production is a bad thing, but there are some bad post-production out there.
Yeah. Everyone's a designer. So I think that's another one of the worst trends where, listen, I get it. We're trying to get our creative juices going. We're trying to explore things. We're trying to get imaginative. But this whole trend of everyone thinking they're a designer, I hope that stays in 2020 with the height of COVID. So those are the 4 nominees. So Jason, quick take.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a trend the no brim actually was beyond maybe being an internet joke. Because
I think you just liked having this here.
I did. But to me, it's probably everyone's designer. Everyone's taken some of that template of how to change up a fashion hat and just kind of coloring by numbers. And it, for a lot of them, doesn't work.
Yeah.
You need a little more thought put into why you're changing colors and what you're changing them to and how they work with the overall aesthetic of the hat. So that would be mine.
For sure. Leon, what do you got?
I just think that this one needs a little bit of a disclaimer, at least on my part. I like Team Describe in its original form. I just don't like what it morphed into and became. So for me, this category has got to be, I think, either the post-production. We've seen some crazy stuff on hats.
Oh man, I mean, post-production.
And then the
wild shit.
The everyone's a designer, everyone's not a designer. People who design aren't designer. Like that's a crazy debate for another day. So I think those two are the favorites to take home the hardware in this case.
Yeah, mine is Team Describe.
You hate.
I just want this shit to go. I want this shit to go away. I mean, first it was a palm tree, then it's a palm tree with a big ass beach ball, then it's a
Taco.
Palm tree that looks like it went through a nuclear war with a big ass beach ball, and then you got like a steak and cheese, and I mean this shit just got out of control. And I get it, man. It was a trend. I think it started with LeBron, right? The Cap LeBron war, and then everyone wants to just throw things on hats. But enough is enough. Team Describe. That's mine. That's my vote. Team Describe.
The winner is
post-production.
Post-production. All right, so really quick, let's do this, guys. Worst post-production job you saw all year?
Ooh, that's tough.
I'll share mine first to get the juices flowing. Is that all right?
All right.
Yeah.
That King Kong from 4U Caps, where King Kong and anatomically it was not possible to be in the position he was. If you remember my diatribe on the weekend Caps that week.
No legs.
The no-legged King Kong eating the Empire State Building was my worst of the year. How about you, Leon?
I'll give it to this one. The one the fake staple. The staple hat in its original form. Big.
Well, you don't see the bird shit on this.
You do on this one.
Yeah.
You don't see it here though.
You don't see it. Yeah, but they replicated it, and I don't know. I just think sometimes originals just say originals, and they disrespected this hat.
Oh yeah, you know what? Nakahoma eating the peach.
That's right. But that happened in December. So next year.
That's true. That didn't really happen. I shouldn't have even said it. But
next year,
that thing is terrible, tasteless.
For me, it's anything with a hit up front, whether it be a palm tree or a beach ball or a cheesesteak or whatever. Then they put the hit on the back, whether it be a taco or a steak or whatever. And then they use the generic ass side patch, either a National League one or that one that every team has. It just says established with the pinstripes. I don't get it. But yeah, there's too much stuff on some of these hats.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I will say there is a little bit of a line blur between post-production and everyone thinks they're a designer, right? I mean, a lot of times those things go hand in hand, but the winner here is definitely post-production. All right, so let's move into the next category. Best trend of the year.
Ooh,
This would be a good one.
This will be a good one. So let's get started. First nominee, custom designs. So I think even outside of Clink Room 2.0, outside of the Hat Club Design Collective, the custom design world was set on fire this year. You had all kinds of different folks in this game making cool shit, stuff that you never would have seen before. It really felt like a golden age for creators. So custom designs is the first nominee. The second nominee is Jason's best friend, the side patch.
the Prince of
Now, let's
Patches.
remember, I believe the side patch purchase occurred in the month of November or October. So it's fair to say Jason is now a believer in side patches. But when we talk about best trend, the surge in side patch usage, not saying they didn't exist before, so please don't shoot me down. The surge in side patch usage.
Yeah.
The next nominee, accessorizing with pins. This has been big lately. I mean, it's come out of nowhere. Accessorizing with pins. That is not another Jason Mead special. A side patch with a hat accessorized with a pin. Jason Mead special. Next, alternate undervisors. Wow. I mean, we have seen every color from gray to green to peach to pink to everything. I mean, everything. Walnut, my personal favorite, walnut.
Walnut under.
So the fourth nominee was alternate undervisors. And the fifth trend, all around logos. So we've seen this in many different forms. We've seen this in the timeline caps, those all-star caps by Hat Club. We see My Fitties do, multiple patches on one hat. There's been an awful lot going on lately, an awful lot going on with the all-around logos, but that's our fifth and final nominee for best trend. Leon, your take.
All great categories and nominees, all deserving of a win. This one's hard to guess. I'm just gonna leave it up to the judges. But this is definitely any one of these can take it home.
Okay. Mead, this is tough for you. It's like choosing amongst your worst enemies.
Nah, it's really not. I'm not much into the pin game yet. I could have said that about side patches about 3 months ago, though, too. Everything changes. But for me, I gotta say the undervisors, man. It's like revolutionized how we look at a cap. A year ago, nobody was asking me on my IG what color the undervisor is. Now every time I post a hat without the picture of the undervisor, everybody asks me what it is. So to me, it's got to be the alternate undervisors.
Yeah. So listen, I think that the title of this is best trend, right? It really should be most impactful trend. So if it's best trend if it was best trend in that sense, for me, it's custom designs. But when you're talking about the one that really had the most impact, the one that really changed the landscape this year, it's alternate undervisors.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It changed everything, man. I mean, you were literally getting people to buy the same hat 7 times with different undervisor colors. And, I'm not saying that's the best thing for a consumer, but it certainly was the best thing for the hat world. Yeah. So let's see who the winner was.
And the winner is, of course, alternate
undervisor. I think this one was pretty much a gimme. This is the one that really didn't have a whole lot of debate. It was pretty cut and dry, pretty simple. The other nominees were blown out of the water by alternate undervisors.
Yeah.
You guys weren't surprised by that, I don't think.
No, not at all.
It's got a small relation to side patches, but the UV is what really pushed it.
Yep.
Well, no, it also created this whole let's make the undervisor match the side patch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Exactly.
Exactly. But all right. So before we show the nominees here, MLB logo. So the meaning behind this one is which MLB logo was utilized most creatively, effectively, and consistently.
Yeah.
So which one was the one that you saw it come out, and this one was always going to be a winner, always going to be a winner,
and not team, but specific logo. So
yeah, specific logo.
This one I threw up my IG story and got a lot of great feedback. So we'll see.
Nice. So let's take a look. So the first nominee is the Diamondback the D. The Colorado Rockies Mountain.
Nope.
Okay. Pittsburgh Pirates. The JBs. I mean, the Montreal Expos.
ELBs.
The ELBs, yeah. The Swinging Cardinal.
Yep. And finally, the 73 alternate.
We did that. Leon made us do this, guys. So the blue, the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, so let's take a look. So, well, actually, let's not take a look. So, Leon, which one did you like best and why?
For me, the must-have hats of every collection when it was there had to be, for me, was the Pirates, followed shortly by the Colorado Rockies. I think alternate. The Colorado Rockies alternate batting practice logo pretty much renders the CR almost useless and defunct. The only drawback to it is there's only like 1 or 2 patches they could use with it, so that might limit its chances to take home the crown. Although that Cardinals was on my cap of the year, so that could be a sleeper. And then of course my beloved Toronto Blue Jays. So nice. Anyone can win.
Dude, this is a heated battle. This is a heated battle. This one is close.
Yeah.
So Jason, what do you got, man?
Man, I really like the Diamondbacks, especially when it's all bronzed out or coppered out. Use a metallic on there. The 64 Cardinals, I'm not a huge fan, except when it's in a different color. When it's icy or pink or whatever, it looks fantastic. But yeah, I gotta agree with Leon. Colorado just needs to get rid of the CR logo and promote the batting practice logo to their regular outfield one. Those mountains are fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a slightly different route because I kind of look at this as like, the whole year, right? So the mountains emerged like 5 months ago, right?
Yeah, around September.
In a powerful way. September, to me, August. Throughout the year, the one that was most dominant to me was the Arizona Diamondbacks D. You compare that with the 98 inaugural season patch or the 2001 World Series patch. Either way, with that metallic kind of copper threading, it was different, man. And it didn't matter what color you put that thing on; it looked great. And my number 2 would have been the mountains. So, that's kind of where I land.
The problem with the thing with the Arizona Diamondbacks is it had other strong members of its team. Basically, the A was really strong, the Snake was really strong. The ones we see here are kind of like the standouts, or the MVPs of their team, as you may. But it could. Well,
this isn't called MLB MVP logo.
I'm just saying. We're voting on the best logo, right? The D had a good supporting cast. 2 balls with them.
This isn't a team sport. This is an individual sport.
I know.
All
just
right,
for argument's sake.
All right. So who's the winner?
The winner is.
Ooh,
Mountains are undefeated.
Yeah.
The Mountains are undefeated.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I was wrong. So, all right. So the winner is the Rockies batting practice logo. So it was, and I got to tell you, this one was impressive. No matter what color crown you put it on, it looked fantastic. And I remember, just a little quick backstory, when I first went into the NoHo store, and the Pink Bombs were really young. This was a hat I did not buy when it originally came out in NoHo. So
you did a black Rockies with this logo and that pink undervisor, right? That was one of the.
Yeah. I think we asked Justin really early, like, what's your favorite pinky ever? And he said the black Colorado Rockies, and we all kind of were like, what? And then just over time, and as soon as they restocked it, it went crazy.
And you said a disparaging thing about the CR for the Colorado Rockies, and I will say that John J from My Fitteds and T800 John from Hat Club have both done a phenomenal job making that look good. So it's a rarity.
I'm not saying it never looks good, but compared to this one, we'll
Fair
start
enough,
a petition.
Leon.
We'll start a petition.
Let's move on to the next category. So very similar to the front logo, the MLB side patch, the one that was used most effectively and consistently and strongly throughout the year. So let's take a look at the nominees. The sombrero. The 1959 Los Angeles All-Star Game patch. Next, the brother of the LA Dodgers, the 1959 All-Star Game, but the Pittsburgh Pirates. These are beautiful. The next nominee. This one, I believe, was most important in revitalizing Chicago Cubs hats. This side patch. The 1990 All-Star Game.
Yeah.
It made its reemergence during Hat Club's All-Star Game green and gray under release. And then it was like a runaway freight train after that. The fourth is the 1995 All-Star Game. I think the most underrated patch of all the All-Star Game patches, besides the 1977 New York Yankees All-Star Game patch, which I have to admit is a great patch, even though I hate them. The next nominee, the Diamondbacks 1998 inaugural season patch. And finally, the 1999 World Series.
Leon petitioned hard for this one. They didn't make it in.
Yeah, well, I bet he did. So, Leon, what's your quick take, buddy?
I think the one that really started its season strong and just didn't maintain its power was the sombrero. Sombrero started really strong. We couldn't get enough of it, and then all of a sudden we got too much of it.
It was almost like listening to pop radio and the same
exactly.
song coming on over and over again, right?
Yeah. And then the one that kind of snuck up on us was that 1990. I don't know if it played enough throughout the whole year. It's kind of like that rookie that got called up from AAA and just tore it up for the rest of the year. But, you know, if you're going to go solid from beginning to end, it's got to probably be the 98 inaugural or the 59 Pirate. Those are the heavy favorites, I would say.
Jason, Captain Side Patch. Which one you got? And there's no 1957 World Series here, which is the one that popped your side patch cherry. So let's talk about other side patches.
I love all of these except for the generic World Series 99. We saw that sombrero in just about every color of the rainbow this year. But I think the Cubs and the Rangers, like Leon said, they were late call-ups this year. The breadth of work on them isn't there to compete with these other big three. So, but I would say, that Diamondbacks inaugural, the Snake Fangs.
Yeah. I'm going to go with my winner and my sleeper. So the winner for me, it's clearly the Diamondbacks. That patch to me is the most impressive. It's just gorgeous. And no matter what you do with it, man, it's just a beautiful patch. Then I'm going to go with the 95 All-Star Game patch because I think that thing, now you're starting to see it show up. That's the sleeper of the bunch because it's making Texas hats relevant right now.
It is. It's
making Texas Rangers hats relevant again. And that one in the 40th anniversary patch that they have too. But my pick would be the 98 inaugural season Diamondbacks.
All right.
And the winner is?
Yeah.
All right. And I like how you put the tongue over the eye.
It's so powerful. It's just even going over the nameplate.
It's so powerful. It's licking the eye end.
No surprise.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great patch, man. I mean, outstanding. I think consistently all year long, this thing just was on banger after banger. It was just a great patch. But
Green Eggs and Ham was when I knew it was serious. I was like, whoa. Damn.
Let me ask you a question, guys, really quick before we move on to the next category. Why did we get so sick of the sombrero? Or why did the community get so sick of the sombrero, but not this one?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think it's because there's more different front logos you can do with this one than the LA Dodgers 59. That to me is probably the driver, right?
Yeah, like you can mix it up. The Diamondbacks, you could have went on the D, the A, the Snake.
Yeah.
LA is pretty much only LA.
And it ended up being just that big LA.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Towards the end because they weren't allowing the smaller LA on it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, 98 inaugural season Diamondbacks patch for the win. Okay. The best hat club collection of the year. Now remember, before everyone starts freaking out, the MLB NBA crossover collection was not included in this. Because that occurred in the month of December, like we talked about before. But let's look at the nominees. green eggs and ham. So you guys all know this is a colorway that surprised me. I didn't think this was going to work so well until I saw it. And I was like, oh my God. The next nominee, the taxi cabs. Now these were slept on, right?
Mhm.
And then when people started seeing them live, they're like, oh my God, I missed the boat. The next nominee, cookies and cream. Now this cookies and cream isn't the OG without the patch. We're talking about the cookies and cream with the patch.
Right.
That collection that recently dropped. Fantastic collection. They look great. Next is the logo timelines. We just saw new additions to this, right? We saw the San Francisco Giants show up. And there was a good stable of other teams, and people are thirsty for more. So the fourth nominee is the logo timelines from Hat Club. Next up is the Red Velvets. These dropped in, I think, January of this year.
Mhm.
These were meant for a Valentine's Day release. These were initially ultra popular. They went up for pre-order and just blew the doors off, man. People just getting all of these things. It was crazy, but that fifth nominee, the Red Velvets.
This is one of the first ones where we saw the entire run of all like pink bottoms.
You're absolutely right. This is the first time where they applied that color palette, like one color palette across a series of teams. It was the first time it's been done before, but that was the first relevant time we saw it with pink bottoms with Hat Club. And then the Louis V. I mean, this black, I call them the black and reds, but God, probably the most functional hat we saw all year because you can really wear that year round. Fantastic colors, great side patches. The Louis V collection is the sixth and final nominee for the Hat Club collection of the year. Leon, Captain Collection.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take?
I think the runaway favorite has got to be the cookies and cream. Don't let the name fool you. I know there's a lot of controversy around the name. It's not, cookies and cream doesn't make any sense or whatever. But cookies and cream came at a time when I heard a lot of doubters say, it's over for Pinky season. Pinkies are done. It's blah, blah, blah. It's blah, blah, blah. And then they hit you with the hammer, and everyone couldn't get enough of them. They sold out so fast. I think the Chicago fans had something to do with it because the Chicago one sold out so fast. They got so many complaints. Like, you know what? F it. Here's the pre-order. I think cookies and cream's got to be the runaway favorite. The Red Velvet and the logo timeline, I just don't think they had enough entries to have a big enough body of work for the collection. So for me, got to be cookies and cream.
Jason, what's your take?
I'm going with the Louis V. Black and red is such an amazing color combination. We've seen it in the shoe world for years. And it just, I love black hats with the red UV, and they did a great job matching the patches up with the logos and tying in the red and everything on this whole collection. So for me, it's the Louis V.
Yeah. See, I had a hard time with this one, man, because I love them all. It's like picking between my children, but my heart is with the taxis because I think they were so slept on. And I think those reds and blues popping off the front of that yellow crown, that gold crown, was just incredible. And with the gray undervisor, they were just fantastic. But cookies and cream gets my vote. Cookies and cream, black with pink undervisors is incredible. It's clean, it's simple, it pops the right way. And then I don't know. People were like, "Oh my God, the side hits don't have any pink incorporated." I didn't even care, man. They were so vibrant and good looking. That collection was simply perfect, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And the winner?
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that. Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Yeah.
I think Green Eggs had a chance, but it just happened too long ago.
Yeah. I think the Green Eggs collection was fantastic too. I mean, especially when you had red logo, similar to the taxis, right? When you put a red logo on the front of one of those green hats, it was impressive. But I don't know, man. There was something about this, and this had some standouts, man. The Kansas City Royals logo they used, the Cubs logo they used,
Baltimore,
even the side patch on the Phillies one, the Twins one. It's like they were perfecting their craft and then they ultimately got here. So
I have to say though, like the green one, the green eggs and ham, while it was a stellar thing, as they released more green hats, with the watermelon, the olive, people started getting sick of green hats, and the same thing kind of happened with the gold in the taxi. When pink lemonades came, you got the color fatigue, but you didn't get that color fatigue with the black. So,
no, you never will.
Yeah. So I think this is the proper winner.
Nice. All right, so let's get on to the next one. So we had a lot of folks clamoring and saying, don't give every award to Hat Club. There was a lot of fantastic collections outside of Hat Club.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had folks like My Fitties on the scene, All the Right. We had a lot of different folks kind of submitting collections, and not necessarily the same way. So we saw some collections, they may not be nominees, but we saw some collections that didn't apply the same color palette across a series of hats, but did it in a different theme like fluorescence or the colors of the season. But let's take a look at who the nominees are in this category. So My Fitteds, they had a Pro Bowl collection. So really unique patches, beautiful colorways. I mean, that pineapple on the Seahawks probably set the world on fire for a little bit. So the first nominee is My Fitteds Pro Bowl collection. Next is the Sneaker Room Kiwi Bottoms. So Sneaker Room kind of threw out these Kiwi bottoms, and they have some corresponding pins to go with them. But these came out of nowhere, and they did it with black hats, which is pretty beautiful. Topper Z out in Austria, or I'm sorry, Topper's store out in Austria, had their Golden Moments collection where they took a this golden kind of theme and applied it to the cap, and then put Super Bowl patches on each of these. Only one of them was underwhelming. The rest of them were overwhelming. Beautiful collection, minus the Miami Dolphins side patch. My Fitteds Colors of the Season. So My Fitteds had a series of caps that kind of corresponded to seasonal colors, and threw that collection out there. This, as a matter of fact, though, is the fluorescence pack here.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay. It's okay. Duly noted.
The Academy they sent me the wrong description with the wrong
envelope.
I apologize.
No problem.
Let's fluorescent pack.
The fluorescence pack. Yeah. So let's move to the next one. And My Fitteds again with the off-whites. So, My Fitteds really did do a pretty outstanding job with this collection, kind of giving a retro feel with those two tones and just beautiful logos. So, Jason.
Yes, sir.
What's your take, my friend?
Oh man, it's a lot of good stuff here. The fluorescence pack. I think that one really put My Fitteds on the map for a lot of people that weren't paying attention to them before.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
First big collection from them. Also their Pro Bowl collection. We don't see a lot of NFL fitteds, and here they come dropping 12 at a time, along with toppers, doing their Super Bowl golden moments was right around the same time, maybe within a week or two of each other. So it was nice to see some NFL hats. And that Kiwi bottom, for some reason it shouldn't work, but Sneaker Room did a great job with it, and it does. Mm-hmm. These are all great collections. I don't know who's going to win this one.
Jason. Well, you kind of do, but thank you, Jason, for the dramatic effect. I appreciate it. Yeah. Leon, what do you got?
This is a tough category for some of these ones to pull through. I think as much as you want to pull for an NFL collection to come through, I think NFL teams or NFL fans are really tribal. You have certain people I'll never wear that team. I'll never wear this team. So that kind of puts those NFL ones at a disadvantage. The Sneaker Room one, while it's a pretty cool collection, they only released 2 at a time, and they've been releasing them for 6 months. So that's kind of hard to call that a collection. And then the My Fitteds one, as it is a cool, the fluorescence pack is a cool thing. It's hard to know which ones belong in that collection and which ones don't, because we're so conditioned to think a collection is supposed to be made in a certain way. And then the off-whites, the cardinal rule for cap collectors is don't give me a white hat. So they really went against the grain, and they shot for the win on that one. Classic look, cool looking hats. So that's where I kind of stand on that.
Yeah, for me, because you can see the coffee table in the background, I have all these in hand.
Mhm.
And I will say the most impressive to me of the 5 in terms of aesthetics was the Pro Bowl collection. I just felt like it was done so well. It had beautiful, beautiful side patches in that Pro Bowl catalog that a lot of people weren't exposed to.
Yeah.
In terms of the biggest impact, though, I would say My Fitted's Off-Whites, because those kind of that retro feel, this had people kind of yearning for more. This is one I posted these and people were begging for pre-orders, pre-order, please. So I think my favorite is the My Fitted's Pro Bowl because of those side patches that are very unique and different. But my opinion is My Fitted's Off-Whites was the best non-Hat Club collection of the year.
And the
And
winner,
the winner is you got
Off-White.
the Off-Whites.
the Off-Whites.
It makes sense.
The Off-Whites.
Makes sense.
And look at that Diamondback D at the front right, proving that it's the best logo out there.
This one, along with the Pro Bowl one, people couldn't get in. Like, it's hard to not just buy one. You know, it's how many, like, you know, how many of these I'm gonna get. So yeah, that's the right winner, I think.
All right, let's move on to the next category. New Kid on the Block collection. So we're not talking about the New Kids on the Block that Jason used to listen to as a youngster. We're talking about we're not talking. Can you name any of the members of New Kids on the Block, Jason?
We got Joey. We got God dang it, they're all right there. Danny, Donnie. I forgot the other two. Sorry.
Did you ever have a New Kids on the Block denim jacket?
No, but I think my little sister growing up had every piece of New Kids on the Block memorabilia. So I saw
mine too, and mine always had a Teen Beat magazine at the ready. So New Kid on the Block collection. So these are collections that were kind of thrown out there for the world to kind of enjoy from some newer folks in the collection game. So let's take a look at the nominees. All right. The Gordon Bombay collection by Team Collective. Justin from Hat Club claims that this is the best hat of the year, which I couldn't disagree more with, but okay. Thank you for your input, Justin. I appreciate you. The next nominee, the Blackout collection by All the Right. They did some interesting stuff with these. They took a blackout cap. They took an undervisor color, slapped it on there that correlated with the team, changed the squatchy color, and then you had a pop of color in the side patch. Interesting take, unique, and it's the second nominee here. The third and final nominee was the Rocket Pack by Anthem Shop. So this one is based on a popsicle, of all things.
Mm-hmm.
Leon, what's your favorite popsicle?
Fudgesicle.
Close enough.
Have you ever had a fudgesicle before? Do they have those in America?
Yes, they have those in America. We're not that far away from each other.
Just checking,
freaking clown.
Well, you guys don't have Cole's Notes. I learned that pretty new.
It's
you guys do Cliff, right? Yeah.
It's Cliff's Notes in the States. Well, yeah, that's why you got that. Yeah. Well, I'm not, no comment. Jason, what's your take on these three New Kid on the Block collections?
Man, they're great. I got I got the Gordon Bombay pack. I love that Rocket pack from Anthem Shop. And the best part about that one was the infrared one. They got inspiration from another shop on that, and they actually called them out. They didn't just copy it and pretend it was there. So that was awesome. And those blackouts, those flew under the radar a little bit, but they're stellar hat.
They are. Leon, your take.
I think the Academy missed one. I think the 6 gold. Well, I might be a little bit, Toronto biased. That one maybe should have been put on the ballot. But if we're talking these three, I think the Homing Beacon takes it home all the way.
Yeah, I'm with you. That 6 gold pack is sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Well, I'll take that up with the Academy. Send your comments to Leon. He's the coordinator.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, the coordinator of these choices is the one complaining about it. Look at him. Yeah. All right. So my take, if I could, is okay. No, that's right. My take is definitely the blackouts by All the Right. There's something about the blackout cap with just those pops of color in the undervisor, the squatchy, and the side patch that just made these things super cool. Unique idea, different take. You saw Rally House kind of do the same thing, but not change the squatchy color, which was interesting. But I couldn't bring myself to buy it because it's almost like in my mind now, All the Right is branded that look with the squatchy color being another, matching the undervisor. But let's take a look at who the winner is. Jason, you want to reveal it?
Yeah, and the winner is the blackout from All the Right.
Yeah. And I think you see a lot of people in the comments that are kind of agreeing with that. So not too much debate there. But All the Right, just so anyone who doesn't know, they're a store out in Queens. They deal with sneakers, all kinds of different stuff. It's a really cool spot, local spot. All the locals kind of head in there. It's a really cool place. A lot of culture out there in that area of Queens. So let's move on to the next category.
Best collaboration.
Ooh, best collaboration. This is like Leon's thing. Leon loves this shit. Look at him. He's salivating.
Let's go.
All right, let's take a look at the nominees. So we got Offset with New Era.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, you love that baby blue one.
Yep.
Leaders and their collaboration with New Era and the NBA All-Star Game. Manolo, he did his Atlanta pack with Hat Club. Banger after banger in that collection.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Ty Mathis. He worked with corporate, collaboration after collaboration. Really helped elevate some of these Cincinnati Reds caps, right? That C just wasn't moving until Ty Mathis put his muscle behind it. And next up, J Tips and Hat Club. So, he had some really unique colorways that kind of set the world on fire for a little bit. I don't know, just some really cool stuff coming out of Hat Club and their collaboration with J Tips. So, Jason, what's your take?
Oh, these are all great works. I love seeing collaborations with designers and companies. But to me, it's got to be that Manolo pack. Being a Braves fan, just his stories for why he picked all the colors really add to needing to those hats. I wish I could get the stories behind all the other ones, but for some reason they're hard to find. But for me, it's Manolo.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Leon's going to say here, though. Leon, you look like you're asleep.
I'm not asleep. I'm awake.
You're conserving your energy.
If you're talking about original stuff made from scratch, it would be Leaders. But if you're talking about just hat in general, the J Tips ones, man, those were so sought after. That basically launched his brand and made him like a household name when he came to cap collecting. So he really like used that platform with Hat Club and really launched his product. And you see him coming with pop-up shops and selling pins and really taking that and running with it. But as a collaboration, it's got to be Manolo, I think.
I was really torn in this one because I think like Ty Mathis did some really impressive stuff to make Cincinnati hats more relevant. Leaders had what I thought was the hat of the year, but I have to go with Manolo. I mean, the hats like paint the city is probably, if it missed my deadline, my cutoff for the top 50, that would have been my top hat of the year, I think. Just an incredible collection, well thought out stories. My choice would have been Manolo. With Leaders a close second, tied kind of with Ty Mathis. It was close, man. It was close. They were close. I mean, Offset to me was clearly in last place. The other four, any of those four could have won. The other four.
Last place, but they're still great hats.
Yeah.
That's how close this thing was.
Yep. 100%.
And the winner is Manolo.
Yeah,
I don't think this is any.
This isn't a surprise. I mean, I think we all saw this one coming. But I will say I'm looking forward to more. And interesting fact, the hat that's dead center in that picture is the first side patched cap that our buddy Jason purchased and put on live on Instagram with me one day. So
you always remember your first.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah,
and I will remember that one forever.
So will I. Okay, the best grassroots. When Jason laughs like that, he wants to say something, but that's him like kind of keeping it inside. So grassroots creator. So this one is for, these aren't folks that have a lot of financial backing, right? But these are folks that are kind of doing their thing and at a lower level, like creating just greatness. So these are the kind of folks that just really impress the hell out of all of us. But let's take a look at the nominees here, guys. Headliners.
San Jose.
The Capologists.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, you should be oohing and on. Noble North.
Releases some great stuff.
Over Your Head Caps. Incredible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Team Collective. And Westside Love. All right, so let's start with you, Jason, because I know Leon's going to be biased. So, Jason, what's your take?
Dude, I love all of these stores. I've bought from all of these stores. I can't say enough about any of them. Just some of the custom releases that come out. Team Collective does some licensed stuff that's unique. Westside Love takes their logo and puts a spin on classic Major League Baseball hats. Headliners Paperboy is an iconic logo, and Noble North had like two of my top 10 hats of the year last year. So these are all great.
And those Headliners hats that just released too with the San Jose, the S and the J on the front, dude, those were sleepers, man. I know those were those were in November, but those were sleepers. Those are great caps. Leon, what's your take?
It's obviously hard for me to talk about it because obviously Tony Ross, shout out to Tony, we run the Capologists, but all worthy adversaries for our trophy that we'll eventually take home. I what can I say? Adam from Over Your Head coming out with crazy stuff all the time, crazy extras. He's always pushing us to work harder. Team Collective digging deep into their vaults, bringing back old stuff, collaborating with new artists. Always got some cool stuff. Ryan with the fakest realist sleeves, known to man. Ryan's doing some great things. Westside Love. I don't know too much about them, but I know they're an independent out in the West Coast. I would love to see them, venture out and do different types of logos. And then Headliners, they got that staple Paperboy design. That's always a banger. But yeah, curious to see who wins. I actually didn't get to vote for this one because of a conflict of interest reasons. So
yeah, this is a tough one, man. I will say it's very clear to see Canada representing here. So this is the best Canadian grassroots creator collection. But I don't know, man. I don't even want to. God, Over Your Head had so many cool things come out this year. Capologist did. Noble, they all did, man. Every one of these. This is the toughest category, I think, to vote on. And it was a tough one to kind of choose. But let's reveal that winner.
And the winner is.
Yeah, the Capologist. Yeah, I mean, listen. I think for me, when you kind of think through this, and this is tough to do, guys, it's tough to navigate considering that, the person that's associated with this is on the panel. But when I kind of think through this, I think on multiple levels, multiple facets, right? You've got some stuff that's being done for the community and some money going to charity. You have not just Tony doing it. There's other folks that were kind of involved in this, right? And I think about Tony Ross himself, like going out and finding the right details and the right people to partner with to get the details right. God, I mean, just great shit. I mean, it's tough though to pick because Over Your Head had a bunch of hats. Listen, all these companies had great hats.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised to see any one of those pop up here.
Definitely no losers in this category.
What's interesting, right, Jason? I would take that whole collective versus Clink Room 2.0. Like that, I think that would be a fair battle.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have a point there. The ideas that come out of those companies are just fantastic.
Yeah. So congratulations, capologists. Let's move on to our next category. Best grassroots design. So basically, think about the last slide with which organizations were on there. Think organizations like that, but a design that they put out. So the best design put out by a grassroots organization. Let's look at the nominees. Bushfire Relief by the capologists. We kind of talked about that a little bit, doing something great for the community, and also taking some proper partnership to make sure that they're doing it the right way. The next nominee, Ellie's Bear by the capologists. This one went to autism, right? Autism awareness. So another great cause. Next, Market Zero by Over Your Head Caps. This was, gosh, probably, in my opinion, the most sought after cap in this category. And then Sneaky Blinders by Noble North. This was sneaky as well. I think a lot of people kind of slept on this and didn't even realize it came out, and then now they're begging for it. So, Leon, what's your take?
Oh man, hard to judge. I having worked on 2 of these projects, but can't say enough about Adam. He followed up his original Big Lebowski themed hat with Market Zero. He even threw in like dog tags and sunglasses. It was such a crazy release. And then Ryan from Noble North with the Sneaky Blinders, man. That one is a killer design. The colorway is great. He even followed it up with the second color version. So anyone can win. Anyone can win.
Jason, what's your take, man?
Dude, I have all of these hats, and I love every single one of them. I love how the bushfire relief and all these bear, the money, some of that money went to those respective charities. Great work. I'm a huge Big Lebowski fan. So when I saw Adam's original Big Lebowski design, I thought, wow, that cap is absolutely amazing. And then he topped it with the sub check, Market Zero. And Sneaky Blinders blew me away. I think this was Ryan's first hat that only sold on his VIP list because he sold out of it before it even went to release time. These are all fantastic hats. Yeah,
I'm a Market Zero guy, and I didn't even like that movie. So I don't know, that's saying quite a bit, but I also Brushfire Relief. Don't sleep on that logo. That logo is absolutely amazing. It's amazing. It's incredible. I love the hat. This was another tough one for us to kind of navigate and choose with the help of others, but let's take a look at who the winner was.
The winner is, Sneaky Blinders.
All right, Sneaky Blinders snuck up on everybody. Yeah. Gosh. Listen, excellent hat. The colors are beautiful. That green with that navy is tremendous, and that orange pops. But winner for a reason. This is a great hat. Great hat. Now put it up for pre-order, please. Go back to a couple slides back and get this up for pre-order.
Okay.
Oh, no, not literally.
Not literally. Okay.
Yeah, not literally. That you'd have to go back like 30 slides. So let's move on to the next category. So we got streetwear creator. Leon, why don't you introduce this one, since you have such a love and affection for streetwear? Why don't you introduce this category?
Sure. This is going to be streetwear collaborations with New Era. So let's take a look at the nominees. First nominee is Born X Raised. They're out of LA. You're going to see a lot of stuff they get to play with in terms of licensed stuff. Not many streetwear brands are able to collab with the Dodgers or collab with the Lakers. So Born X Raised. Yep. Next nominee, Joe Fresh Goods. Joe Fresh Goods comes out of Chicago. He used to actually work at Leaders, I believe. He's doing a lot of good stuff too, grassroots wise. He's giving back to the community, but he has his own brand. Collabed with New Balance, New Era. His stuff is highly sought after.
Converse.
Yeah. The Hundreds. They're out of LA with Bobby Hundreds. They made a splash by bringing back some of their classic stuff. The Atom Bomb made a reappearance this year. The Atom Side Bomb with the side hit. He's been doing some great stuff for a number of years. Very, very strong brand. One of the originals, the Hundreds.
Yeah.
Leaders out of Chicago. They've did some amazing stuff. They're getting back to the roots a little bit and bringing back some of their older designs in new colorways. They're doing sports hats, licensed hats in different colorways, more innovative stuff. We just seen them release a pinstripe Chicago White Sox hat, but Leaders, staple in the streetwear game. Great company. And then Supreme, you guys, everyone knows Supreme. To get that box logo, you stick that box logo on anything and it'll fly off the shelf. You stick it on,
put it on a goddamn brick and it sells.
Yeah, exactly. So based out of New York. Interesting to see now that they've been sold, if they change the direction or if they make their stuff more available. But we'll see.
Yeah. So Jason, your take.
I'm not big into streetwear. I try and stay away from some of the super hype stuff, like Supreme. But I like what Leaders and like Joe Fresh Goods, some of the smaller companies are doing. Just great designs coming out of there. And I love how they give back to their community. So,
yeah. See, for me, man, this was a tough one because Born and Raised, that LA capsule they did was fantastic. I think it was better than the Union one, in my opinion. Joe Fresh Goods, it was great. I mean, I just think the pricey, they're pricey, but yeah, listen, it's good stuff. Hundreds, what I liked best that the Hundreds did was how they kind of altered and utilized a 1980s themed side patch on those caps that just released recently. Leaders, I mean, gosh, this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. For me, it's probably Leaders, then the Hundreds, then Born and Raised, then Supreme, then Joe Fresh Goods. That's my opinion.
Well, should we find out?
Yeah, let's take a look.
The winner is.
Yeah, that makes
Leaders,
sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
I mean, just based on the NBA All-Star game work, that had enough. I think the rest of the guys didn't have enough body of work to really compete, to be honest.
Yeah.
Leaders is also one of the that you can actually buy a hat from.
The other one's good luck, right?
Cream is gone before you even can see it. So
Joe Fresh Goods doesn't even let you buy two of the same hat.
Yeah, and then the Hundreds kind of had some issues with fulfilling orders and whatnot. I mean, you're right. At least with Leaders, it's a pretty seamless experience, and you can get your hands on something pretty darn cool.
Absolutely,
definitely.
All right. So, best streetwear design, Leon. Why don't you again, since you're so passionate about this, why don't you take us through these nominees as well?
All right, let's take a look at the nominees for streetwear design. We got the Dodgers Union look. That's their front logo there, and they did that collaboration with the Dodgers. That was pretty cool collaboration. The MLB All Over by Supreme. They stuck that box logo on it. They did the all over design. This one came in 3 colors: tonal black. They had a navy, and then the safety orange. Really, really hot design from Supreme. The Chill Reaper by Mishka. This one has a killer undervisor. You can't see it, but Mishka always coming with that funky stuff. Next, the Midwest Tour from Joe Fresh Goods. He had multiple teams in this capsule.
Joe West, you're talking about? You got umpires on your mind?
Joe Fresh Goods. Sorry, you got me all mixed up now. But yeah, great capsule. He did a tour of pop-up shops and then released the rest of the stock online. Getting it was an issue, and then the price was a little bit of an issue. But Joe Fresh Goods, solid hats. The Dodgers collaboration with Born X Raised. This one came, and I think it restocked later in the year. You could have got them at the stadium or from their site directly. But beautiful collaboration.
Yeah.
Is there 5th? Yeah. And then the Hundreds dropped their Atom Bomb with that side patch. So that side patch is made to look like, I guess, the 1988 World Series.
Mhm.
I seen this one. It came out in black as well as blue. But yeah, great to see Adam Baum back again on a fitted.
Wow. So, Jason,
Yeah.
your take.
Yeah, I know that Supreme all over is a pretty sought after hat in some of the communities or groups I'm in. And I like that Midwest tour by Joe Freshgoods, but yeah, like you said, Leon, the price point was a sticking one for me. But these are all cool looking hats, man.
Yeah, see, for me, I love the Born and Raised collection. I really did like it. It was good. I loved Adam Baum with that side patch. The Joe Fresh Goods for me, it was that this wasn't a wow design for me. This was the more simple of the designs, right? Because the one prior to this had more patches on it and a little bit more work to it. The Union one, not a huge fan of. The Chill Reaper's cool. It's got some Skeletor vibes from He-Man. But my favorite of this group was definitely the Supreme MLB all over. I'm not a hype beast. I don't have a lot of that kind of stuff, but these caps I have in all three colorways. I think they're fantastic looking, well done, really sharp looking caps. So my pick would be the MLB all over by Supreme.
Mm-hmm. I think the go ahead. I was gonna say I think
somebody's dropped.
Yeah, I think the Supreme one is the coolest looking design, but the least wearable. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, it's a collectible cap for sure, but yeah. All right, cool. So let's unveil the winner here, guys.
And the winner is MLB
all
over.
Yeah. And I will say not the blackout one, because that one, like, man, if you're gonna spend that kind of money on a hat, I want to be able to see the design, man. Mm-hmm. You know, I have the blacked out one, but listen, that orange one, I'm not gonna wear it, but it's beautiful, that orange one.
Yeah, that blackout one made me think that they just released like just a box logo hat, but the logos are done in tonal. So it's really
yeah. Before we move on to the next category, everyone hit that like button. I know we're seeing some stuff in there about folks hitting the unlike button. Go hit the like button for us. Come on, man. That's how you silence someone who doesn't like the video. Obviously, we put a ton of work into this, so just hit the like button. All right, let's move on to the next category, fellas. Design Collective creators. So Hat Club Design Collective has been a powerhouse in the custom game for quite a while now. So, and they have a stable of creators that I think are just fantastic. So let's take a look at some of these guys. All right, Dankadelic. Dankadelic had some big releases. Rain God this year. He had tons of different releases this year. Really cool stuff. Dankadelic, a staple in this category, I'm sure, for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got Hillside Goods. This is an OG clinker, Chris Cox. He hit us with the Sea Devils again, right? In two different colorways.
Mm-hmm.
The Kraken. What was that? The Kraken. Yeah. Multiple others. Jason was wearing one of his hats just yesterday. I think it was today or yesterday.
Auburn Natives.
Wearing the Auburn Natives.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so let's move to the next one. Ink Park. John from Ink Park. Man, this guy has been putting out heater after heater if it's not on Design Collective, but he actually had a lot more work in the private sector along with Clink Room. Next up, Chamuco, Ephra. My God. And when we were doing our respective top 50s, we must have heard his name 30 times amongst the three of us. Insane. Yeah. So our fourth nominee was Ephra of Chamuco's studio. Danny Dionic brand, a household name in Design Collective, a ton of a big ass loyal following. People love his stuff. The Octo Slugger, huh?
He's like one of the first ones too.
Yeah, for sure. And the final nominee, Sean McCarthy. He's someone that people sleep on. They don't really pay attention too much to, but if you take a look at his catalog, you'll be pretty impressed. The stuff that he's put out with Hat Club has been pretty impressive. Each year after the World Series, he does his take on the World Series winner. He's done that for the last 3 years. He did Houston, did the Red Sox, and did the Washington Nationals. I didn't see him do anything yet for LA, but let's see if that's in the works.
I'm sure it is. Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool. Hold on.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Finger.
You had a little
The coffee, the coffee.
You had a few, I think Jason Mead had a few too many wine coolers this evening.
Yeah.
He's
So,
drinking out of the wrong flask.
You set up
So
Barrel and James in front of me. I can't read it.
Yeah. So Jason, why don't you give us your take, man?
Dude, I love all these designs. Designers. Dionic really first got me into the custom game when I started collecting a few years ago. He was really one of the only ones out there doing custom logos that were readily available for everyone. Sean McCarthy, I love that World Series series that he does. And Chamuco had about 1,000 of my top 50 hats this year. Ink Park, it's just an awesome dude. They're Martin and Chris. We've both had them both on the show before. I can't say enough about any one of these guys. They're fantastic, and the creative minds that they have is amazing.
Yeah,
Leon.
This is a great bunch of designers. You know, Danny really set the tone out the gate. He's always got stuff coming out. Chamuco with a body of work. He doesn't put out bad hats. I think the disadvantage for Dankadelic, Chris Cox, and Sean McCarthy is that there wasn't enough pieces, maybe. All great artists in their own right, but in terms of body of work, it's tough. And the thing that might be holding Ink Park back is that some of his collaborations he may not get full credit for. So he's the guy, the genius behind Justin's Ice Mask logo. He does a lot of contract work with Over Your Head.
Our logo.
Yeah, our logo, right? He's even done some contract work with the capologist. So it's tough, right? My heart wants to say Ink Park, but in terms of body of work, I think it's got to be Ephra.
Yeah, so listen, I'm with you on that. But I do think John from Ink Park suffers from the same, more so from the lack of designs with Hat Club than the other guys that you brought up. He's actually the one that has the least amount of designs on this page.
Okay.
Dankadelic had quite a few, a lot of colorway changes as the year progressed. Hillside had what, four or five unique designs with a couple different colorways. But to me, this came down to just dominance, and Ephra to me was the dominator in this category. But let's see who the winner was.
The winner is
Ephra. No surprise. No surprise.
No surprise at all.
He had a fantastic year. Lots of great designs, some colorway changes, some different materials and stuff.
Yeah, he did. Listen, he had almost a flawless year, minus 3 poor colorway choices towards the end of the year.
Yeah, but you're talking about out of like 47 hats potentially.
Oh yeah. Listen, I love Ephra, man. Yeah. But I'll tell you, the only thing keeping him from having a perfect year was that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's get into the next category, fellas. Design collective design. So all of those folks that are in that design collective conglomerate, the best design that came out of that conglomerate. Let's take a look at the nominees. The Flying Devil by Ephra. The LA Think by Ephra. Sea Devils by Chris Cox of Hillside Goods. Los Molosos by Ephra. Ice Ballers by Danny Dionic. And finally, Rain God by Dankadelic in this specific colorway. So, really quick take. Leon, who's your choice and why?
My choice would be probably the Sea Devils by Chris Cox. The only thing that I think may not help its case is that it wasn't designed this year. This hat was released this year, but the design wasn't made this year, so I think that might hold it back. That Rain God design, he really improved on the initial colorway or the initial thing, and when he made that thing gold, that thing really pops. So if I had a choice, it'd probably be the Rain God.
All right, gotcha. Thank you. Jason, who's your choice and why?
Man, it's down to, they're all great. It's down to the Flying Devil, Ice Ballers, and Los Molosos. That Flying Devil with that elephant print undervisor in the red. Just a cool play on that colorway. The ice ballers, Danny took a great story and came up with a fantastic logo for it.
Yeah.
And Los Molosos, being a Raiders fan, I know it's not a Raiders logo, but that screams Raiders to me. I saw this thing, I knew I had to have it.
Yeah. See, my pick, and this is how you know that we didn't vote without help. My pick was the Sea Devils by Hillside Goods. And then Ice Ballers would have been next, and then the Flying Devil, then Rain God, then the Fink, then Los Molosos. But let's take a look and see who the winner was.
And the winner is
Los Molosos, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this came down, and Jason and I, as we solicited feedback from the community and different folks, this is the one that ended up coming out on top.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, listen, I can see why. It's beautiful. I did not like the second colorway. That was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers type colorway.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is crazy nice. It really was.
The sizing of it was crazy that they could pull that off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, this has got a Clink Room. I wouldn't be shocked if you saw this on Clink Room, right? It's like that type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
This is probably one of the Academy informed me that this is one of the closest categories that they had. As far as
it was.
All of the nominees were all like right there. So
yeah,
congratulations, Ephra. Beautiful hat.
Nice. So let's move to the next category, fellas. Clink Room Creator.
Ooh.
So let's go through these. So this is the Clink Room Creator of the year. So Fair Weather League, Jay Hutton. Jacobo, this dude came out of nowhere and just started blasting us with heater after heater. Next up, we got Aurelian of Medusa fame, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Ink Park. John from Ink Park shows up here too. And last but not least, Jason Vellante. So, all right. Leon, just your pick and why.
Oh, wow. That's hard. In terms of design, work as a whole, I'm going Jason V. He had the craziest stuff that really popped out, really different,
and stuff that got denied that was great too, like sweater puppies.
Yeah, that's right. But what made it through is still good. I love Jason V's work.
Yeah. All right, cool. Jason, what do you got?
Oh man, this is a tough one. Jacobo probably had the most designs out of all these ones make it through. Ink Park probably had my favorite one, and Moby Dick, and Jason Vellante. He rarely ever missed with the design that he got through. So they're all great, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I think here I'm going personally. I'm going Fair Weather League. Now, this was close because Fresh Kicks from Ink Park and Pencil Kong from Ink Park. Mm-hmm. There was some depth there. Jacobo had tons of depth. He came out of nowhere, but I don't know, man. I'm just looking at the two designs that Jay Hutton did, and they're incredible. They're pieces of art. So that's my pick with Ink Park and Jacobo being a very close second. This is close, man. This is close. So let's see who the winner is.
The winner is
Jacobo.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know how many designs he had that made it through, but I'm assuming it's like 10.
Yeah, if not more.
Yeah. This might be a volume thing. He won on volume. He had and quality. None of them were bad. None of them are bad, but
yeah. But I think we're also going to see. We're going to hear more about John from Ink Park coming up soon, because we did see him in both these categories. But we're going to hear something more from him soon. So let's move on. So the next category is the best Clink Room design, which allows all of the designs to kind of be in one place and figure out which one's the best. So let's take a look at the nominees.
But I do want to say the Academy informed me that they did put more weight into hats that had already landed.
Right. Yeah. So we had to do that because listen, even though the design is great, we do think that some of it has to translate also into great embroidery and a great hat. So let's take a look at these. First, Red Wing Blackbird by J. Metz.
That thing.
Next. Oh, beautiful. Catalina Flying Fish by Aaron Bird. Next up, South Florida Flamingos by Hallucinathan. And Sidekicks by Fairweather League. Those were the 4, right? The 4 nominees. So, Leon, you're picking why?
For me, damn, that's hard. I'm gut feeling. South Florida Flamingos is a complete hat. It almost doesn't feel like a Clink Room hat because it almost could be like a minor league hat. But yeah, I like that one. South Florida.
Jason, yours and why?
First off, hopefully in the after show press conference or the after show press release, the Academy explains to me why they only chose 4 hats here. Yeah. These are 4 heavy hitters. I can see why they chose these ones, but man, I love the Flamingos. I think it's, the story behind it, and if this should be the hat that the Marlins first took the field with.
Yeah,
I just maybe
this is tough, man. I'm going red-winged Blackbirds.
Okay.
I just think the embroidery is absolutely crazy on this.
You love symmetry too.
That symmetry, but dude, I'm telling you, it's neck and dude. These hats are all 4 of these.
We should just award, like, not announce a winner, just give it to all 4 of these ones.
Well, that Fairweather League Cap 2 Sidekicks, you can see the muscle in the rhinoceros based on how they kind of like manipulated that embroidery work. Yeah. But and Catalina Flying Fish, we were all worried about how they're going to make that translucence work.
Yeah.
In embroidery, and it did. It's fucking beautiful. I don't know, man. I can't even pick Red Wing Blackbirds. I can't even pick.
If there was a most slept on category, and then Catalina runs away with it.
No, actually, Red Wing Blackbirds too.
Yeah.
No.
I don't even know. All of them could have won that too.
They were all slept on.
Yeah, it's tough. This is a tough category, man.
Tough.
Let's see what the Academy did. Okay. I can see that.
Congratulations, Jay.
You can't hate that, right?
No.
I mean, that's just
no.
Yeah. There's not a loser in that category.
No. Catalina was beautiful. They were all beautiful. But listen, there had to be one winner, right? So,
right.
All right, cool. Let's move on to the next category, fellas.
Ooh.
Oh, this is not one. I just want to be clear here. This is not one you want to win. So, the Fell Off a Cliff Award. So, for any of us who's been collecting hats for any period of time, that you see some ebbs and flows in terms of retailers' performance. But these are the ones that were nominated for falling off a cliff. This was Jason's category. So if you guys want to blame somebody, Jason came up with this.
He picked all the nominees.
So let's. Jason also picked all the nominees. So let's get
the nominees in Fell Off the Cliff category.
Yes.
Are ecapcity.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Fitted Gallery, and there may be different reasons for that, but
fell off the globe.
Just Fitteds, and For You Caps.
Nice. So, Jason, why don't you give us your take first, since you presented?
Yeah. I don't know if For You Caps necessarily belongs in here. They've done some crazy post-production stuff.
You don't think the legless King Kong?
Yeah,
I'm going to give them a trip to this list.
Yeah, that's probably why they're on here. They do have some nice original custom designs. Just Fitteds in ecapcity. I think they're making this one just because we mentioned the copycats earlier. They do tend to release more designs from other companies than others. In the Fitted Gallery, they just haven't released a fitted in probably 6+ months.
Well, the Fitted Gallery doesn't have the ability to utilize New Era caps as their canvas anymore.
Oh, that's too bad.
So, so that's probably why they're. But Leon, what's your take before we move on here?
Yeah, if it was a category for fell off the globe, it would be Fitted Gallery, I think. But in terms of like just wackest store, lately it's got to be ecapcity. They're just weird, directionless, like as you call it. So
Yeah. So when it comes down to my take on this, I mean, Fitted Gallery lost the ability to utilize New Era. For You Caps is doing some weird ass shit post production. Just Fitted's. Listen, my problem is calling something that they took from the catalog and exclusive to them. That bothers me a little bit.
Mhm.
But my vote here goes to ecapcity. And you're right. I use a word a lot with them. It's called directionless. Visionless, directionless, whatever you want to say. I don't understand what the hell they're doing. I don't think anybody does. But you know, that's kind of where we're at.
Yep. This is right there.
Well, look at that.
This category as fast as we
Jason, if I could just publicly just share my gratitude to you for creating this category and picking the nominees.
That is not true.
And you also and I also love the fact that you told both Leon and I in private that we weren't allowed to vote in this, that you already had your winner. So
I just want to go on the record and say none of that is true.
I just want to Leon and I, on behalf of everyone out here, wants to thank you for going out on a limb, creating this category, creating the nominee list, and then voting single-handedly for ecapcity. So thank you, Jason.
But you've kept them open. You've kept them open with the hat crawler, so they can't be mad at you. So you've sent them countless customers to do virtual handshakes.
So let's do this. Let's step back from the cliff, right?
Yeah.
Let's step back from the cliff to get into the next category.
That sounds good.
Best extras. So the best extras. Now, listen, we all love when we open that hat box, we see a pin, we see a sticker, we see something special in there. But these nominees are the ones that did the best job of providing extras to their hat customers. So let's take a look. Nominee number 1, Over Your Head. Every time I get a box from Over Your Head, there's a hat brush. There's something in there. There's always something that I wasn't expecting in that box. Over Your Head caps, the first nominee. Second, the Capologist. Tony, hand-painted and created action figures for his Reaper cap. I don't think you need to do much more than that to be impressive.
Hard to stop that.
Stickers. They put holograms on their hats now. Just great extras. Third, Team Collective. Pin game. On point.
The only hat company that sent me a hockey puck.
Oh, yeah. The hockey puck as well.
Puck and a leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hat Club. Pins.
And
Free duffels.
Free duffels with a purchase of $150 or more. A duffel that I admittedly trashed.
Yeah.
Sorry,
The
Hat Club.
pre-order pins are pretty sought after.
Oh yeah, the pre-order pins. Yeah,
Pre-order pins,
I think their Sugar Skull pins were pretty badass, and so were their minor league Copa ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes they give out pillows.
The hundreds, they tend to put in stickers. They put in that little foam atom bomb. They do a lot of cool stuff too with their extras. And last, Noble North. Noble North always has a handwritten note in there, right?
Absolutely.
Stickers, that sort of thing. So yeah, another great nominee. And as we move into the winner here, I would ask that everyone who's watching right now hit that like button for us, please. We're working for this tonight. Look at Leon; he's sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that like button for Leon.
Do it.
All right, let's move into the winner. Who's the winner here? Who wants to announce it?
Go ahead, Leon.
All right. And the winner is Over Your Head. Over Your Head. Shout out to Adam. He's always got some crazy stuff. We've seen glasses, air fresheners, rolling papers. He's got everything. Stickers, pins.
Yeah.
I got a message in a bottle with my Maritimer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I think he ran away with this one.
Listen, this one wasn't really a question for me.
Yeah. When
the category is presented to me. Nice. So let's move on to the next category. We're getting towards the end here.
Yeah.
Most improved. Now, what I want to say here is there's not a nominee. We just picked a winner, right?
Yep.
So there's all kinds of folks that were really involved in this winner, right? And saying that I'm on the take.
All
I'm
that
on
money
the
you're
take.
getting, all that money you're getting from them.
I'm being funded and paid by this company, and that funding has helped me raise my children and do all the things I want to do in life. But the winner for most improved, and I will say, don't hit it yet, Jason.
Okay.
I want to hear, once we post this, Jason, I want to hear both you and I want to hear Leon's take on this retailer and why they're most improved. Show it up.
Sports World.
Sports World. That's damn right. Because it's not because they paid me. I'm going to allow my two peers, Jason Mead and Leon, to explain why Sports World is the most improved. And they've been around for 15 years, remember?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Most improved. Why?
I think the big thing with Sports World is what really made them relevant was that they actually like listen to their customers. They have lines out the door. They take a lot of swings. Sometimes they miss, but sometimes they come up with some good stuff. Occasionally they'll dabble in the borrowing and all that stuff, but in all, solid retailer. It's easy to hate the little guys sometimes, but I think they really turned it around and are now a reliable place to get some hats.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know why these guys won this award, just go back and watch our first few weekend reviews to our last few. Sports World was one of the ones we were dogging on the most. They were one of the ones that were releasing most of the paint by number hats, the copycat hats. But around, I don't know, May, June, or July, they finally started finding their groove and started putting out some fantastic colorways, some great logo and patch combinations. They are the most improved in the hat game. I mean, they're not all the way up there with some of the big heavy hitters yet, but they're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, they're now on my Mount Rushmore of hat retailers with Hat Club, My Fitteds, right? Hat Heaven, and Sports World. Those are my big four. But yeah, definitely most improved and well earned. Leon, did you have anything else to share?
I think I spoiled Adam's surprise, so I do apologize, Adam, by announcing the rolling papers. But yeah, nothing else to say.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Leon.
Yep.
So let's move on to the next category here.
Sorry,
Rookie
Adam.
of the Year. Rookie of the Year. All right. So we got some nominees for this category. Let's go through them. Anthem Shop, another Canadian store showing up as a nominee. The next nominee, the Capologists. They get in because, similar to baseball, they only played like 1 month in the previous year.
Yep.
The next nominee, FAM. FAM is out in Germany. If I'm not mistaken, Jason?
Yeah, and they recently released an English US version of their website, so that's why they made this list.
Yep. Next up is Still, the self-proclaimed originator of the Peach Bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, Team Collective, another Canadian, 4 Canadian stores here.
Yep. Team Collective, they've been around a long time, but they made this list because they just started doing their own line of retail hats. So.
All right, cool. So, what's your pick, Jason, and why?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Anthem. I like what they're doing, the direction they're going. I think we're gonna see some big things out of them in the next year.
Leon, who you got?
It's tough to vote on yourself, so I'm not gonna. I like what Team Collective is doing. They've kind of had to pivot a little bit from their regular business model, which was strictly team sports stuff, and they had to get into the custom game. So I like how Kevin and the crew there kind of turned it around and kind of adjusted with the times. So my vote is for Team Collective.
I'm going with Anthem on this one.
Okay.
Anthem, I don't know, man. I think just the recent work, when you look at that 6 gold collection gosh, I mean, these are clean looking caps. They're just beautiful. But I'm all in on Anthem here. So let's take a look at who the winner is.
Team Collective.
Yeah, Team. I don't dislike that vote either. I don't dislike that choice either. I mean, it's still a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, Team Collective had 2 of my top 10 hats this last year, with the Astoria Pirates and the Mickey Shaka. I love what he's doing with the licensed stuff, putting his own little spin on it. So, good job, Kevin. Sure. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great job. All right, let's move on. Meeting the demand. So this is a category that's really dedicated to retailers figuring out how to satisfy the customer base with stock, right? Because that's probably one of the biggest issues all year long was this fear of missing out, this FOMO that was just taking the hat world by storm, and nothing could stay in stock. So, these are the retailers that are up for nomination for finding innovative ways to meet the demand of this new hotly contested fitted cap world. So let's take a look at who the nominees are. First, Hat Heaven, and their retail locations, aka Caps Unlimited in the Bronx. Next up, Sports World. I don't think I've seen a retailer with a deeper stock pool than Sports World. Next up after Sports World is Hat Club. Hat Club, innovative stuff with pre-orders and whatnot to kind of quench the thirst of the customer base. My Fitteds definitely did a lot of the same with the pre-order. Came on a little later with the pre-orders, but looking for innovative ways to satisfy the demand that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Leon, your pick and why?
To me, the runaway favorite's got to be Brian and the guys over there at Hat Heaven. They didn't need to resort to pre-order, which pre-order is nice. They didn't need to do that. What they did was they really beefed up their order sizes and got themselves a warehouse and dedicated some of their stock to online versus in store. And they have big releases. When they drop stuff, they don't play. They drop like 20 hats at a time. They have a chance for everyone to touch, and while still fulfilling the need for the local market. I think it's a runaway to me, but we'll see how they.
Jason, what do you got?
Hat Club's done a great job doing pre-orders, listening to their customers to get them the hats they want without overstocking. I do think they got some shipping, maybe some customer service issues to work out with that growth. But I think, with what Leon said, Hat Heaven's the only one on this one that actually built a brand new warehouse during a pandemic to meet the demand. And he restocks all the time. He doesn't go 3 months hardly without restocking a hat that's sold out. So, so props to him. Everybody gets a chance to eat with Hat Heaven. So,
I think you hit the nail on the head. Hat Heaven for me too. I think it's a multi kind of faceted approach. It's the warehouse and being able to house more merchandise. It's the number of drops in terms of how deep they are. So going 20 wide gives more people a chance to cop one. And then lastly, and most importantly, is the restocks and the constant restocks to allow for people to have a second chance at things. He hasn't succumbed to the pre-order culture, sticking to his roots, much like with his design, but Hat Heaven's my choice as well. So let's see who the winner is.
And the winner is?
That's not surprising.
Now, listen, shout out to Sports World too, right? Because they got so much like that. You can go on there and you can get the hat you want usually.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's because they're an untapped resource. I think some of it has to do with the fact that, they're just buying a lot.
Yeah.
But the winner here is clearly Hat Heaven. What were you going to say, Jason?
Yeah, I was just going to say, congratulations, Brian. I mean, he built a warehouse to catch up with the demand that he was seeing. Earlier this year, March, April, he'd do a drop. Everything would sell out immediately. Now things are sitting for long enough that you don't have to go and immediately hit the drop. So good job on him. And he had a 96 hat restock just a couple of weeks ago. That's crazy.
It is insane.
Yeah,
it is insane. All right, let's move on to the next category, guys. Best side hustle.
Okay.
Why don't Leon take this one? This
Well,
was
you
his.
didn't like the name. You didn't like the name I came up with for this.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember what is this category.
I'll take it. So
All right.
best side hustle. So best side hustle. These are sneaker stores that
Oh,
also do
yes.
that also do hats.
Okay.
So Jason was offended by my side hustle name,
Yes,
but he's dressed like Jason's actually dressed like a living side hustle right now. So he should appreciate
He's
this.
dressed like he works at a sneaker store.
So these are
a craps game to go to after this. So
these are the sneaker stores that are doing hats the best, right? So let's talk about them. Billion Creation, right?
nope.
Out in San Diego.
Birdine, Chicago.
Oh, Burdines. Oh my God.
BC one. Still.
I guess we're all entitled to a fucking mistake, right? Burdines. So Burdines in Chicago. Next up, corporate. The Cincinnati boys. Major DC, right? Out in the Washington, D.C. area. Packer shoes. Next up, Shoe Gallery. Miami, that's right. Sneaker Room out in New Jersey. And Urban Necessities, who dabbled and made a lot of promises about fitted hats and then rode off into the sunset. So Leon, what's your take here? Who you picking and why?
Oh man, I wish I could have picked Urban Necessities. They were flaunting like 13 hats, and they're gonna come in, and then they had the hats that were on for super affordable hats. They had a bunch of like $30 hats. I wish Urban Necessity stayed on the path. Shout out to 2Js. But this one's tough. Corporate could take it. Packer came on strong late in the year with the different material type matches, hats and stuff. My gut says corporate, just from the body of work though. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I would agree. I like Major and what they do for their Washington D.C. market. They really cater to those guys with the Nationals and the Wizards and whatnot. If Burdines ever gets a website, I think they're going to end up winning this category in years to come. They have some great stock. It's just not readily available if you're not in the Chicago area. Sneaker Room's doing their thing. Just had a cool drop today. But yeah, I think corporate and what they do with Ty Mathis this year, I think for this year, they win this one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going corporate. I just think the consistency and I think that collaboration with Ty Mathis was special. You know, I know a lot of people. There was a couple of misses in that Ty Mathis corporate collaboration, but overall, I felt like corporate's doing it well, man. They're doing it right. You know, that's my guess. So let's see who the winner is.
Corporate, yeah.
Corporate, yeah. I mean, you can't dislike that winner either. I mean, I don't know. Sneaker Room's good too. I think they all had a good showing, but this was a close one too. I mean, you know, Major DC is doing some solid shit too.
This category should have been renamed to like hat stores you didn't know that sell sneakers.
Leon, you weren't complaining when I brought up the name side hustle.
I forgot, but yeah,
clearly you forgot.
This is a cool category, that's for sure.
I think we're starting to turn the corner too. We're getting into the big awards now.
Yeah, let's go. Best international.
Best international. Let's bang these out, guys. So Anthem Shop out in Canada. Fam.
This is Newer Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still. And Topper's store. Gosh. All right. So I'm going Topper's store.
Yeah. I'm going Toppers. They ship so fast they feel like they're local.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish Newer Japan would open up the ability for us to order it here. I think that's one thing that's holding them back from winning this. The other ones are just a little too new, I think. Topper Z has been around for a while, and they're always working to improve their shipping. I don't know how it can possibly get better, but they're working to improve it. So,
yeah. Toppers is my winner too. Leon, what do you got?
Toppers. Let's go.
Let's do it.
And the winner is
Toppers. Yeah. They ship so fast. They're like local.
He does some nice colorways, nice original designs. He might copy one here and there, but
if anyone here, those folks that are viewing right now, get in with some buddies if you're gonna purchase from there, because they've got cool stuff out there. Get in with some buddies, get that shipping cost down, get it.
Well, it's free after a certain amount, right? Free after like
yeah, about 5 hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Good stuff, but there's a very deserving winner. Very deserving winner. I think they're doing fantastic work out there. Cool hats, ship fast. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Really can't.
No. Shop small. Okay. So this is for the tier 2 type retailers, right? The ones that are not quite as big as the hat clubs and obviously like Fanatics, like places like that.
Basically, a handful of actual stores or less.
Yeah. Yep. So let's take a look at the nominees here. Billion Creation. I'm right this time.
Yep.
You left the name up there.
Hat Heaven. My Fitteds. And the winner. Oh,
nope.
Because there's only 3 nominees. Oh, and Sports World. So
okay.
I must have hit the wrong button.
I think the wine cooler's kicking in again.
Yep.
So, Jason, you're a winner, and why?
This is tough. I'll go with Hat Heaven. I've been shopping with them for a long time. I like the style that they have there. But My Fitteds is like really close.
All right, cool. Thank you, Jason. Leon, who you got? Why?
I'm gonna go with My Fitteds by Hair. They're the ones that are consistently dropping weekly, 10, 12 hats a week. And then they've I think recently they've started giving Hat Club a little bit of a run for their money. So they're getting up there. So I think it's My Fitteds.
Yeah, I'm going My Fitteds too. And I read some people here saying that My Fitteds is most improved because they're selling hats out. My Fitteds has been doing this for a long time. I think John Jay's been doing creative and unique designs for many years. This isn't something new. So, I'm going My Fitteds. I just think, he does something that very similar to Hat Heaven, where he satisfies his local customer base, satisfies the online customer base. He's adopted pre-orders recently to help kind of quench some of that demand. And honestly, the hats are incredible. The hats are incredible. So no slight on Hat Heaven and Sports World. They're both fantastic as well. Billion Creation too, especially when it comes down to San Diego Padres stuff. Mm-hmm. But my choice is My Fitteds.
The Academy chose My Fitteds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
very cool. It's a great shop.
All right, cool. Yeah, good shop. I mean, listen, I'm seeing some stuff in the comments about customer service. Let's see what we can do to help that out. So I'll make sure that I'm reaching out and trying to figure some of that out, people. So it's just kind of we'll get there. So what do we got next? Large retailer. Okay. So who we got in this category?
Huh? More than 5 stores. So.
More than 5 stores. Hat Club. Just Sports.
Dominate in Arizona.
Yep. Lids. And Pro Image Sports. So these are the ones that are larger, right? So do we need to really debate this one, guys?
I mean, we could say it like Dylon would explain his top 5 rappers: Hat Club, Hat Club, Hat Club, Hat Club.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah. I mean, we don't need to pretend. Yeah, let's just go to the winner. Let's just go to the winner here. This one's clear.
Yeah,
Hat Club. I mean, there's no denying this, guys. I'm sorry, there's just absolutely no denying this.
I think Pro Image could be there. No, maybe not quite to Hat Club's level, but they're just a little too disenfranchised. I think the individual stores have a lot of
you're right,
leeway to do what they want. Some of them take advantage of it, like the ones out in Philly, the ones in LA, the ones in Colorado. They do.
No, you're right. It's got a disjointed feel. It's almost like a bunch of small independent shops, but I do love what they're doing, like in Philly, what they're doing in some of these markets that are kind of, it's cool. Like, it's kind of cool to have that individuality, but there also needs to be some sort of common link amongst them. But here it's clearly Hat Club. Hat Club's the winner here. No debate.
No debate.
It's a big award too. Best licensed creator. So this one is for, gosh, just what it sounds like, right? Licensed hats, the best licensed hat creator, changing up colorways, underbodies, all that kind of stuff. So let's take a look at who the nominees are. Brian from Hat Heaven.
Leo Rodriguez from.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's the mind behind Patch Pride and other projects such as that.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Lanta from Topper's Store. John J, aka at Russet Sunset from My Fitteds. And at T800 John from Hat Club. Leon, who's your pick and why?
John's the GOAT, so to me it's not even close. But yeah, my guy to win this is John from Hat Club.
Jason.
I gotta agree with Leon. A sleeper in here would probably be John J from My Fitteds, but T800 John has been doing this for a long time, and he does some incredible stuff with the colorways and the patches and logos and stuff. So
yeah, this was closer than you may think for me. I mean, I had T800 John as well. I have John J right there. I don't know. They have different styles, but both are really cool. And you can't sleep on the other guys either. I mean, Brian from Hat Heaven, I mean, he does subtle things really well. You know, like he'll take a Baltimore Orioles logo, a really cool Orioles logo, no side patch, and turn it into Ravens colors. That's small, but I mean, listen, I'm T800 John here too. It's hard for me to pick against him. John Jay's right there with him. But the other guys aren't far behind either. So let's see who the winner is here. This is a big award, man.
And the winner for license
the heat generator. I mean, that's not shocking. I think I think he fully flexed on this most recent collection. He said, you know what? I'm going to show you what I'm all about. And he pounds out this crossover collection. Fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
the Academy didn't even take that into consideration. All his work prior throughout the year, just amazing stuff.
Yeah, we don't have to repeat that point 7 times. I'm just sharing that he flexed on everybody with this collection. Custom creator of the year. So we talked a lot about customs and the minds and the creators behind them, but this is the custom creator of the year. Let's look at the nominees. Dankadelic.
Yep, wrong button.
John from Ink Park. Ephra. Fairweather League, Jay Hutton. And Jacobo. So your winner, Leon, and why?
If we're talking body of work, it would be Ink Park second and Ephra first. I think Ephra just had a flawless year, pretty much.
Yeah. Jason, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I gotta go with Ephra, not only through his work through the Design Collective and Hat Club, but also in his work with Clink Room 2.0. He also helps them out quite a bit. So
yeah, listen, I think I'm with you both. It's Ephra. I mean, he did it with both Hat Club and the Design Collective. He also did with Clink Room. He also had his hands, I'm sure, in some grandiose designs. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just he's gonna take home the Triple Crown here, and the winner is Shamuko.
No surprise there.
Nope.
Great year.
Yeah, I listen. I you can't deny it because he's doing it in every facet right now. So, just excellent work, Ephra. Congratulations. And let's move on to the next category. Best mentor. So, listen, this is a community. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of folks that need guidance and help. And we wanted to call out who we find to be the best mentor in the hat community, in the creating community. And this one goes to John from Ink Park. So just for a little context, right, guys? Like John will literally reach out to newer creators, newer designers, spend time with them, help them tweak their designs. He'll spend time with just about anybody, sharing his perspective and helping. And what I love most about him is his selfless nature, where he just wants to give with very little taking. If anyone who's worked with John and knows John, you know that this man is all about others, making the community better. And when he sees someone in need, the first thing he's doing is helping. So, while John he's like not the home run hitter right now this year. He's not the one who hit the home runs this year, right? Chicks dig the home run. You know what? But on base percentage is more important. And that's what John did. John was in everything all year long. And he is our pick for best mentor of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he even started a Twitch stream this year. So he could, show his design style, work on designs, and help other designers better their craft. He works with a lot of the Clink Room submissions. He works with a lot of other smaller grassroots companies to do their logos. He did Hat Crawler's logo. He's just amazing guy, easy to talk to. If you guys are designers looking for help, reach out to him. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I think he's a fantastic human being.
Yep.
Leon, you have anything else to share before we move on to the next category?
Just a great guy to work with. So easy to work with. He'll really take the time out of his day to make sure that you get the right advice. Just an OG in the game. He's done it all: consulting, designing on both sides, products, everything. Great guy to call on as a friend, and we're very privileged to do that. So congratulations, John.
Nice. So next category, game changer of the year. This one was very easy to pick.
Yeah.
I think you guys would both agree. This award goes to Justin Farnham, the Pink Bottom originator from Hat Club. You can't deny the impact. I think if there's any one moment or movement that has kind of driven hats to where they are right now at this very moment, in the short term, it's definitely that. I mean, come on. There's no debating this. I don't know if you guys have anything to add, but I did do an interview with him where we kind of talked through this. And we'll put some links up there for everyone to go back and kind of research some of this stuff on their own. But he is our pick for game changer of the year. Leon, Jason, what's your take? Is there anything that you'd like to add?
Man, where do I start with Justin? Justin made he changed the way we collect hats. Hat collectors, we used to be able to, hope and pray that the hat you wanted goes on clearance and you can catch it the cheapest way or whatever. There's none of that no more. It's not even like a decision or a thing. Like, you have to decide before if you want to go for this hat, and if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you cry about it. He had lineups in New York for his product. We haven't heard about people lining up overnight to buy hats ever. All right. So if you're talking about change the game, there's no one else. Congratulations, Justin.
I mean, the earlier Best Trend Award was for alternate UVs, and he really helped accelerate that trend. We tried to come up with other nominees for this category and couldn't even come up with anything that would even justify being here. So,
yeah,
great work, Justin. Great guy. You deserve it. Good job.
Yeah, congratulations, Justin. All right. The Earhart Cook Lifetime Achievement Award. So we wanted to provide this to someone who has provided consistent and sustained performance in the hat world. And I couldn't think, and I don't think you guys could think of a better winner or a more deserving winner than Casey White of Brandios and Clink Room. So listen, I think we all know what his contribution has been to the hat world with Clink Room, right?
Mhm.
But it goes way deeper than that. There's Clink Room 1.0, Brandios. This all started with what the West. What was their first project with him and Jason?
They reached out to the bunch of the MILB teams, and only
Yep.
one. They hand wrote letters, and only one team got back to them. It was the West Tennessee Diamond Jacks, and that's what started their studio. And now they provide logos for. It's got to be almost 40% of all minor league teams. They've revamped.
Dude, they're everywhere.
Yeah,
they're everywhere. And Casey is someone who is really, really a student of his craft. If you go back and watch some of our interviews with Casey, Casey's talked about what it's like to basically paint with embroidery. It's incredible, incredible. And it's been just constant. And anyone who's interacted with him, you get, the passion and how much he loves what he's doing. Right. And man, I couldn't think of a better candidate, a better winner for the Lifetime Achievement Award this year. I don't know. You guys have anything else? Jason, you have anything else to add?
Yeah. Brandio specifically, it has been a huge impact on my collection. I'm a huge fan of minor league hats. And if you have any minor league baseball hats from, say, the last 20 years, chances are it's a Brandios design. Yeah, the amount of effort and work they put into branding a team, coming up with the colorway, coming up with the concept, it's just amazing. And I love their work, and I hope it continues well into the future. I hope Clink Room's a overwhelming success for them, and he's a great guy to work with, talk to, interview. Love working with Casey.
Yeah, me too. And listen, this was fantastic rollout of Clink Room 2.0. It definitely had some issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he persevered and he stayed composed through all of it. And he came on our show in the midst of all kinds of shipping opportunities and just took it on the chin. That just kind of shows his character. But thanks, Casey, for all you've done. Well earned. We look forward to working with you more in the future and seeing what other cool stuff you have coming for us. All right, cool. So what do we got next? Best retailer. All right. So this all comes down to one thing, right? This is just drop the winner and move on.
Yeah.
Hat Club. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. It's only like, what are you gonna do? Right?
Yeah.
But you can't go against this. If anyone says that they're not the best hat retailer right now, like if they don't, you're in absolute denial.
Yeah.
You're in absolute denial. I mean, I like what others are doing, but when you look at the year as a whole, this was the best hat retailer this year.
Yeah. They're the go-to spot now to get hats.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
Everybody's trying to play catch up.
Yeah. And some listen, it's just like anything else in the world, right? This stuff is also, everything goes up. What goes up must come down. Right. So eventually it does happen. But right now they're on the top of the world.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else, guys, for that one?
No, self-explanatory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That was the end of the awards.
The end of the awards, but we got one last announcement, right?
Yeah.
We do. Yep.
We do. So listen, we had we put out a contest, right? Kind of a giveaway, I'd say. Not really a contest, to help get us to 1,000 subscribers. And I want to just share why 1,000 subscribers is important. It's a milestone for us. We've been working hard at this. You can tell that this show that we did today, this wasn't like we slapped this together in 2 minutes. This was a ton of work, and I'm not looking for a pat on the back, but we're working at this. We're doing this, and we've engaged with you guys all night. We love this. We love what we're doing. But we also love the support that we're getting from you guys. And we also love the haters. I love haters because the best feedback actually comes from the negative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think every piece of feedback, whether it's negative or positive, has a grain of truth to it. or something you can extract from it. So I want to say thank you, supporters, but thank you, haters. Why? Because it culminated in 1,000 subscribers so far. This is just the start.
Mm-hmm.
We did a video yesterday that has 1,800 views, and it's only going to go up from there. We're going to continue to give you guys great content. We're going to continue to give you guys what you're looking for. We're going to continue to listen to your feedback. If you are someone that supports or hates, we're going to listen to your feedback. We're going to keep doing the right things. We love what we're doing. We love the community. We love doing this. If we didn't love doing this, I got to tell you, we ain't making money off this shit. We're doing this because we love it. Okay? We love it. I'm not getting free hats. Jason's not getting paid in hats. Leon certainly isn't getting paid in hats. We're just doing this because we fucking love it. Remember that. Haters, remember this. We do this because we fucking love it. And we love you, haters. We embrace you. Take this virtual hug from all three of us. And we love you. We love your feedback. Now, let's get on to the winners. So what I set up was the grand prize winner. We did a randomizer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of everyone who responded to the post. Hold on, before we do that, right? Everyone who responded to the post. We put your name into a randomizer. There are 3 winners, right? Number one, there was one winner that won a $100 gift card. You're going to reach out to me. You're going to tell me what retailer you want that gift card to be for. Then there was two runner-ups, right? A grand prize winner was the $100. The 2 runner-ups were $50 each. Okay, so let's do the runners-up. Okay, I think she's watching too.
She's in the show the whole time. So
okay, you're gonna reach out to me. You got a $50 gift card, courtesy of Views from the Vault. The next runner-up, Alex. Alex, you're gonna reach out to me. Got a $50 gift card coming from me to you. Just reach out to me. I'll set up with the right retailer, whichever retailer you choose. And the grand prize winner is the guy with no last name, Joshua. Even on Facebook, he's got no last name.
I don't know how he did that, but
he got away with it somehow. So you guys reach out to me. Joshua, you have a $100 gift card. Alex and Shemaya, you have $50 gift cards. Reach out to me. I'll get you set up. You choose the retailer. I'm gonna take care of you. Thank you so much for the participation. Now, Leon, Jason, on to 2,000, 10,000, 20,000.
We're not stopping.
Let's infect the world with fitted hats and our bullshit personalities.
Yep.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
So, guys, any last words before we end this marathon? 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Thank you to every one of you guys, whoever watched us live, watched us in the past, watches us on replay. All of your kind words and encouragement. Couldn't thank you guys enough. We do it for you guys. It's just a couple guys just bullshitting about hats. Started as a crazy idea, and then it spawned its way into this. So we appreciate each and every one of you.
Yep.
Yep. All 1,000 subscribers, all almost 100 that have been watching the entire time. That's crazy. Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys had as much fun as we did with this. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
we love talking hats.
Yeah. And again, I want to thank everyone for the support. We can take this screen down, right? So they can see our ugly mugs one last time. But I want to thank everyone. Listen, we had upwards of 100 people watching,
Crazy.
in and out. We're going to go ahead and post the links. As soon as we close down, we're going to post the links. It can take a while for the video to process. We're going to post the links. You can still watch this all night. If you missed some of it, we'll post the links in our Instagram story so you guys can go and access it there. But thank you again, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. This was fun. Leon, take us away.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys like, rate, review, subscribe. If we don't talk to you before, Happy New Year and on to 2021. Thanks, guys.